Hey gang, this is Mike with my Real Estate Dojo, and today's lesson is how I get deals under contract and how I do it exactly and the way you should do it if you're not me. Now I'm gonna tell you two things: the way that I do it, and then the way that the average person should do it. Okay? Now I'm gonna show you the way I do it because I love the way I do it, but let me give you a warning. You're not going to get as many deals doing the way I do it. And the reason the way I do it this way is because I'm very busy. I'm not trying to flip properties. I'm looking for the best property. I'm looking for only the cream of the crop. And I only want to deal with the motivated sellers. And so what I do is like this. First of all, when a seller calls me, I don't just pick up the phone. I have them call an 800 number. And then in that 800 number, the seller has to get my cell phone. So they usually call once or twice to get the cell phone, even though I repeated multiple times. Then they call my cell phone. Then they have to leave a voice message. And when they leave a voice message, tell me their property address, why they want to sell, etc. Then that's the people that leave a voice message is the ones that are cream of the crop. And now we start working on the cream of the crop, and then we'll work on all the other ones too. But the cream of the crop is where I'm really focused on, and that's what I want to talk about. We'll work on the cream of the crop, and we'll go ahead and talk to them over the phone. Let them know what we do. Give them a soft offer if they're leaning towards any of our offers, and we use a superhero closing. If you don't know what that is, get on my YouTube channel or my website to figure that out. Okay, so we'll give them a soft offer with a superhero closing, and then what we do is if the seller's receptive, then what we'll do is give them a hard offer. All right, which will include the numbers. But if the seller's not receptive to the soft offer, they're like, well, I want to get top dollars. Well, I'm thinking about just listing it. Then what I do is then I'll go ahead and start using the realtor briefcase and try to close the deal with the realtor services like property management, flat fee MLS, traditional listings, etc. Okay? And so if they want to go with the realtor, I give them the realtor briefcase and let my team handle that part. Okay? But if they are okay with the soft offer, then we'll give them the hard offer, which will actually have the offer in there, what we're going to give them. And if they accept that offer, at that time, what I do is I don't run out to the property. At this time, I haven't even seen the property, guys. Okay, all this stuff is doing over the phone, okay, or via phone, or via text messaging, okay, or via email. Okay, so once these guys accept my hard offer, then I send them the contract. Once the seller fills out the contract, they decide to go with us 100%, and they send it to me. So I have an executable contract. Basically, I have a contract they signed, and it's enforceable. At that time, then I set up a time to go look at the property. Okay? So again, let me repeat it. So I don't go look at the property until I have that sucker under contract. And so I do all the negotiation, I do all the talk, everything over the phone. I use the technology, the phone, email, text messaging, etc. Okay? I have the seller do all the running around. What I mean by that is I have the seller go print out the paperwork. I have the seller send me pictures of the property. I have the seller go do videos of the property. I have the seller do all the running around. And if they're not willing to run around, guess what? I have so many leads that I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm only working the cream of the crop. I only want the cream of the crop and the ones that are willing to do everything. So I'm making money the least resistant way. And basically, the reason I did this is because I'm a really busy guy, but more importantly, I read the 4-hour work week, and I really realized that only 20% of my customers give me 80% of my money, and I really need to create systems so I don't have to be talking to all these people, this and this. Now, if you're a new guy, I highly don't recommend that. Do not do that, okay? If you're new, or if this wholesaling is your full-time business, or you're a full-timer and this is the only hustle you got. I don't have this hustle. I have this hustle. I have my moving company. I have my real estate broker firm. I have my rental properties. I have people buying coaching scripts, etc. Flyers. So this is not my only hustle. That's my only cash flow. That's why I do it like this. Okay, so I'm looking to just catch big fishes. And with the real estate investing, I'm not trying to talk to every seller. I'm not trying to buy every seller. I'm not trying to put every deal under contract. I'm not trying to even do fix and flips. I'm not looking for fix and flips. I have a specific thing that I can look for, okay? And majority is owner financing the terms, where I have to bring little money as possible, or it's going to be deep discounted cash, where I just come up with the cash, but I'm getting 50%, 60% equity. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is that I have my sellers jump through significant amount of hoops because my mission is different than most real estate investors. My mission is to find a handful of great rental properties a year. I'm not trying to do fix and flips. I'm not a wholesaler. Now, for you, if you're a full-time real estate investor, if you're a full-time wholesaler, if you're a full-time fix and flipper, then don't use this formula because you're not going to get as many deals. But if you're an executive like myself, you have multiple businesses, or you have a full-time job and you cannot allocate full-time to this business, or if you're like me that has read the 4-Hour Work Week and you don't want to work so much, then I highly recommend creating systems where your seller has to jump through hoop after hoop. Therefore, you gauge their motivation. And the more hoops the seller has to jump through means that you're going to get less deals. But the ones that are willing to jump through hoop after hoop means they're fucking motivated, and those are the good deals. If your business is like mine and you're dealing with motivated sellers and you're not looking to do thousands of deals a month, okay? Now, if your goal is to do 100 wholesaling deals a month, then this is not for you. If your deal is to do 10 wholesaling deals a month, then this is not for you, or it may not be for you unless you ramp up my system with more beef to it, per se. But if your goal is to just spend the least amount of money and get the most amount of return of your investment, and this is a really great way to go, because I put so little amount of money in, I put so little amount of time into it, and the return that I get is so much because I put so little into it, okay? And this works with cash deals, and it also works with term deals where I'm using subject to wrap and other creative financing to get these deals. And I make the seller try me instead of me trying the seller. And I've said that so many times in my videos, is that so many investors are running out there and just trying the seller. Hopefully you get a deal in the contract. Where me, I'm having the seller try me. I'm the expert in this field. I have the cash. I know how to solve the seller's problem. I'm 1,000% confident that I can create a win-win situation. So there's no reason for me to go try them. If they want my solution, they have to try me. And so whenever you read the 4-Hour Work Week, you're going to understand that you could do 80% of work and only 20% of your customers give you 80% of your profit. And at this point in my life, I'm 38 years old. I've done door knocking. I've done cold calling. I've been in the trenches to start up my company when I got out of college with only $100 living in my car. I've done all that. But I'm at a point in my life right now where I don't have to do that. So I'm not going to go do that. And so, because I have other ways to generate income. But if you're not in the same exact shoes that I am, if you're just starting out, if you're fucking hungry, or if you don't have any money, if you're in debt, then don't use these systems because they'll filter out too much. You might want to put a little less filter in it. But on the other hand, if you have a full-time job and you have a family, but you still want to do deals, but you have very little bit amount of time, then you may want to put more filters in there so you get the best deal, per se, without spending a lot of time and energy. But I just want to show you guys a different way of doing it, because we hear online and on the forums, everybody says run out there and knock on the seller's door when you see a motivated seller. But I'm here to tell you that I've got many fucking deals. I've never left my office. I've never left my home. I got the deal all over the cell phone, all over text messaging, all over email. And I don't leave my home. I don't leave my office to look at any fucking property unless I have it under contract. I don't care how good it is, because if the seller is not motivated, I don't want to do business with them, because my business, I'm the pawn shop of real estate. I only deal with motivated sellers. If they're not motivated, I'm wasting my time. Sure, I could go persuade somebody, but I'm not in the business of persuasion. I'm a cash buyer. I know what the fuck I'm looking for, and if the seller's not willing to do the dance in my shop, then we can't dance. And I don't care if they don't want to dance with me. I have 50 other people to dance with. So that's the key of power of marketing. And if you use systems to create marketing, then you can put yourself in the same exact situation as I am, where you have more sellers or more leads than you know what the fuck to do. Anyways, gang, go out there and hustle and bustle. Don't take no for an answer. This is America. This is the best country ever. Fuck a naysayer. Fuck a TV. And don't listen to anybody else that doesn't bring you up. Again, don't listen to anybody that tells you you can't do some shit. Go out there and do it. I believe in you. You have greatness in you. How do I know? Because you and I are made of the same exact thing. I recognize your soul. I recognize your divine spirit. And I salute you. Go out there and hustle and bustle. Fucking naysayer. Guys, if you like these videos, please like, please share, please comment, and tell your friends and family about me. Peace.